Chris Pratt has been infamously voted the worst Chris in Hollywood, but why do fans and other celebrities dislike him so much? Well, that's what I'm going to be answering in this video. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the celebrities who tried to warn us about Chris Pratt. First up, we got Elliot Page. Elliot Page might be the only person that has directly called out Chris Pratt for his affiliation with the controversial Hillsong Church. Pratt spoke about the church with Stephen Colbert on his show, opening up further about his spirituality, but his comments did not sit well with Page, who took to Twitter to call out Pratt. Elliot tweeted, quote, "Okay, but his church is infamously anti-LGBTQ, so maybe address that too?" Adding in a follow-up tweet, quote, "If you are a famous actor and you belong to an organization that hates a certain group of people, don't be surprised if someone simply wonders why it's not addressed. Being anti-LGBTQ is wrong, there aren't two sides. The damage it causes is severe, full stop, sending love to all." After the situation got tons of media attention, Pratt took to Instagram to share his side of the story. Pratt wrote in part, quote, "It's been recently suggested that I belong to a church which hates people and is infamously anti-LGBTQ. Nothing could be further from the truth. I go to a church that opens their doors to absolutely everyone," adding that he's not the spokesperson for the Hillsong Church or any other group of people. And even though this is the most public feud that Pratt has been in regarding his support of LGBTQ people, many users online also allege that Pratt does not support gay marriage either. Next up, Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien was another star that got involved in the Chris Pratt-Elliot Page drama. After Elliot tweeted out asking Pratt to comment on the anti-LGBTQ nature of the church, Dylan supported that stance and quote tweeted Elliot's tweet, adding quote, "I second this." I don't believe Dylan commented any further on the matter, but he made sure to voice that he also had questions surrounding the inclusivity of the Hillsong Church. Next up, Anna Faris. Anna Faris and Pratt are now divorced, but they got married in 2009 and were together until they split in 2017. But since their split, Anna has described some things about their relationship that have some questioning Pratt. Speaking to guest Rachel Bilson on the May 3rd episode of her podcast, Anna Faris is Unqualified, Faris said she felt her quote hand was forced in the divorce from Pratt. When speaking about past relationships, Anna said quote, "For me, I think after every breakup at some point I realized that there were a lot of things I ignored that I really shouldn't have. In hindsight, it felt like my hand was forced. I don't think it was ever an independent decision." She also described that in her relationship with Pratt, she would never open up about the struggles that she had or the things that she was facing. She also said her lack of close girlfriends made it harder for her to open up about her struggles in her relationship. Faris added quote, "I think it stunted me in a lot of ways. One of them being that I never talked about any issues, so to the people even who I was closest to, I'm sure things were more transparent with my relationship with Ben, but with Chris, I think we both protected that imagery even within our close circles." Basically saying that they both protected their image rather than actually working through their issues. Next up, Brie Larson. Brie did not directly call out Chris for anything, but Brie Larson was the catalyst that showed us just how sexist Hollywood can be. During the infamous scandal where the internet unanimously voted that Chris Pratt was the worst Chris, Pratt's Marvel co-stars like Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. made a point to defend him against the hate. Both men, along with other MCU actors, jumped in to defend Pratt and share their positive stories with him. And although that support was deemed innocent at the time, it was then questioned why women like Brie Larson don't get the same treatment. After Brie Larson spoke out about diversity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, saying that the MCU needed to be more diverse, she got intense backlash from Marvel fans, and the only MCU star that defended her at the time was Don Cheadle. Many took this to be blatant sexism. Next up, Jason Momoa. In December of 2019, Chris Pratt did a brand deal with Amazon where he shared his workouts with the world. In the photo, he's wearing workout gear next to a treadmill and holding a water bottle, clearly trying to show that he had just worked out. The response on the photo was great, and tons of Pratt's fans were swooning after the star. But fellow actor Jason Momoa had a different take on the photo and decided to share his disappointment with the water bottle choice. Momoa wrote, quote, "Bro, I love you, but what the F on the water bottle? No single-use plastic, come on." However, it seemed the public opinion actually sided with Pratt on this one, and Momoa ended up apologizing to Pratt on his Instagram. In Momoa's photo with Pratt and his kids, he wrote, quote, "Bro, you know my children and I are madly in love with you and I love everything you do. I'm sorry this was received so badly today, I didn't mean for that to happen." Next one, Chris Evans. Before Anna Faris and Chris Pratt broke up, Pratt starred in the film Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence, which created a lot of cheating buzz, because Jennifer and Chris Pratt were love interests in the film. Anna Faris had a hard time with the press saying saying that Jen and Chris were in love and cheating together. But apparently Jennifer Lawrence was very kind and was very apologetic even though she hadn't done anything wrong. But even though Anna had to suck it up and take it, it seems that wasn't the case for Chris Pratt when Anna was starring in a movie of her own with Chris Evans. While Anna and Chris Evans were filming romantic comedy What's Your Number, Pratt would apparently, quote, bring up my kissing scenes with Chris Evans casually, with Ferris writing in her book that he was never overt. Apparently Pratt would also casually ask, quote, so when do you have to do that love scene with Evans? And finally, Chris Pratt himself. The person that keeps getting Pratt in the most trouble is himself. I think over the years he has toned down on anything controversial, but there is a reason people assume he is a Republican and a Trump supporter. One thing that raised a lot of eyebrows was when he wore a top with a mashup of a Gadsden flag, which was designed during the American Revolution, and a modern US flag. The Gadsden flag involves a coiled rattlesnake over a message that reads, "Don't tread on me." The message has been used in a variety of ways over the years, but it's also been adopted by far-right political groups and Second Amendment supporters. So when Pratt decided to wear it out in 2019, many felt this was more proof he is a Republican. One person even tweeted about the shirt, quote, "Nice shirt. Only people I see with that flag are alt-right racists." Pratt also got a lot of heat for not attending a Joe Biden fundraiser ahead of his election, even though the entire Avengers cast was in attendance. Many felt this was more proof he was supporting Trump in that election. Alright guys, so that's all for the list today. Please leave your thoughts on anything I mentioned below. But before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from part 3 of top 10 actors who ruined their careers in a matter of seconds. Prep for it said, all celebs need to remember that the spotlight can shine a lifetime or just for a moment, so enjoy it while you can. Totally, they shouldn't be so entitled because honestly, as fast as you can become famous these days, it can be taken away, it seems. And Ellie Saint said, Ashley Simpson is full of it. I get acid reflux all the time and have never lost my voice because of it. Yeah, I think everyone knew. We were just like, at that point, why even give an excuse? Like, it's just a BS excuse. I do feel that made the scandal even worse, the excuse part of it. And then Karen Rose said, did Ashley Simpson actually have a career? I'm gonna go no on that. I think it was probably starting to develop and then just crashed into flames, you know. Alright guys, all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and you want to see more, make sure to like and sub to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media, and I'll catch you all in the next one.